just like the title says, these are my top 20 cars that I would own to place in my dream collection. I'm gonna try and go chronologically in the order of when I was introduced to each car. Number 1, the S13 Nissan 240 SX. This was the first car that I remember my dad owning. That's me on the left, my brother on the right. If he only knew how sought after that car would become, he probably would have kept it. Number 2, the Porsche 911. I don't think you can go wrong with any year 911, but the air-cooled 911s are still my favorite. Again, my dad. He's an auto body tech, and one of the places he worked at was Porsche. He took me to his workplace, and there were 911s everywhere. This is actually one of the emblems from his workplace. I fell in love instantly. The 911 to me is the pinnacle of a daily driver. Where else can you get such engineering paired with a manual transmission and it actually remain reliable? Just look up how many Porsches there are with 300,000+ miles on them. It's no wonder that Porsche consistently gets into the top 3 most reliable car brands in the world. Number 3, the Lamborghini Countach. My mom was the one that introduced me to the Countach. She bought me a poster of a car, not knowing that it was actually of the Lamborghini Countach. It's not as realistic as the first 2 to own, but it can still remain on my dream list. Number 4, the C5 Corvette. I think this was the last vehicle that I was introduced to by my dad. We were driving when I spotted a small car meet. I asked him to stop by and he pulled over. It was a Corvette show. This was in the year 2000, so the latest generation was the C5. It instantly became my dream car. I told myself that one day I'm gonna own this car, and now I do. That's actually a picture of my C5. Number 5, the Ferrari F355. This is, in my opinion, what every Ferrari should look like. Forget about the maintenance. It deserves a spot in the dream car collection. This is also the only car that I would probably get as a convertible. Number 6. This is hands down my all-time favorite car, the Lamborghini Diablo. The Diablo is to the Lamborghini like the F355 is to the Ferrari. The iconic Lamborghini look. With under 3,000 ever produced, this is going to be a tough find. Number 7, the Ferrari F40. For the purists only. Everything about that vehicle was designed to engage the driver. No power steering, clutch that felt like it was fighting you, no power brakes, no sound system, not even a glove box. Ferrari went to such extreme weight reduction that they even used as little paint as possible. Now that's a true car. Number 8, the 2nd generation Dodge Viper GTS. Nothing comes close to the kind of extravagant curves that the Viper had. I still remember seeing it for the first time cruising down the street. I've even had the pleasure of driving it, and I want it even more now. Number 9, the Lamborghini Murcielago. I don't know about you, but I just can't get that Murcielago green out of my head. For a long time, I contemplated whether the Murcielago was going to overtake the Diablo for my all-time favorite car, and while it's close, the Diablo still reigns supreme. It's also the last time the Lamborghini had a manual transmission, so it's the last generation Lamborghini that I would ever buy. I know what you're saying, but the Gallardo is not a Lamborghini. Number 10, first generation Acura NSX. One of those vehicles that stands the test of time with the look so ahead of its time that it looks like it could be produced right now and fit right in. Number 11, the McLaren F1. I'm pretty sure that I've never seen a list of any size that doesn't contain the McLaren F1. If it was even remotely feasible to own one, it would overtake the Diablo as the number 1 car in my list. Number 12, the Koenigsegg CCX. I remember casually browsing the internet and stumbling upon this beast. At first I thought it was a concept car, and when I realized that it was an actual production vehicle, I knew that it would land inside my dream car collection. Number 13, the R34 Skyline. We all know where the obsession stemmed from. Actually, I think I started obsessing over this car even before the movie came out. This car is probably going to be the next one that I buy. 2024 can't come soon enough. Number 14, MKIV Supra. If you love the R32 through R34 GT R, you love the MK4 Supra. Not only would I like to own the Supra, but I'd put the 2JZ GTE into anything and everything. Number 15, the 240Z. I normally have a good vision when it comes to cars and their potential, not with the 240Z. I just thought it was plain ugly until I saw it in person. The guy that was driving it had a wide body kit on it and slammed it to the ground. LS swap too. I turned and asked, what the hell is that? It's a 240Z, someone replied. Now I have to have one. Number 16, the C6 Corvette. I was driving a 550 automatic. It was not having a good time. My wife said, "You have your dream car, the C5. Why not get yourself a daily, the C6?" I bought the C6 the same day. The C6 in the photo. It was the best year of daily driving. Although not being driven as a daily anymore, the C6 is still with me. Number 17, the Ferrari 488. Although the F355 has the iconic Ferrari look, Ferrari just keeps outdoing themselves with these models. I mean, just look at the 488. It didn't sink in how amazing this car looked until it pulled up next to me. Super wide and super aggressive. Number 18, the Mercedes GT R. You can't appreciate how amazing this car looks until you see it in person. It's the only car, in my opinion, that rivals the 911 for the daily driver position. If I had to choose, it would be pretty close. It's also one of 3 cars on the list that only comes with automatic transmission, and the only one that I would drive as a daily with the automatic transmission. That should say a lot. Number 19, WRX STI. I didn't think that the STI would make my list of dream cars until I bought one. This is a true car enthusiast car. You have to drive it for some time to understand the obsession, but when you do, it becomes part of your collection. This is my current daily. And finally, number 20, yet another Corvette, the C8 Corvette. I've been waiting for the mid-engine Corvette for 60 years now. Yes, roughly 30 years longer than I've been alive. I can't believe that Chevy came out with a car that looks and performs like that for under $60,000. The mid-engine Corvette is here, and it's on my soon-to-own list. Honestly, I have more than 20 cars that I would like to own, and I had to cut out a few to create this video. If you want to see more cars that I think would make up a dream car garage, just let me know.